Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is a new week, which means it's time for a new weekly. This week I had my first bleed through in my Scribbles That Matter journal. I'll talk you through that. You can see it on the left hand side. And I'm also going to be doing an inside out theme. So I spoke with a couple of you guys in my previous video and I'm going to try and talk you through how I'm doing it and what my thought process is for this spread. So if you're interested, let's go. So I've used a purple pen on the reverse side of this page, which is a page eater. It's an absolute beast of a pen. I should have learnt my lesson. But this was the main reason I've chosen inside out theme, because when I was Googling Disney images, up came inside out, and you can see the first image that I've got is just the blocks of colour. So if I can use the purple over the purple bleed through, the idea is that that should work. That was my thinking. For Disney characters, I'll always start with sort of either the eyes or the nose. I realised as I said that, I drew the mouth of this little guy first. So I've broke my own rule. What does that tell you? But I try and start with the eyes and the nose and get them perspective-wise. Are they a straight line, or is usually with Disney characters, they're at an angle, which means that one eye's higher than the other one. One's, the eye closer to you is bigger than the one further away. Sometimes I use a ruler to put it up to see if the eyes are straight or if they're at an angle, and then I can work out what angle that is. That's a better example. Just so that I can get this perspective. If I start with the eyes and the nose, everything can work around that. That way I'm not, if I do it the reverse, if I did the outline, I'm not confined to try and fitting it in. It just sort of grows out of the page, which is nice because I've blocked them all in. So if they're hitting the sides, it doesn't matter. If their whole face doesn't always fit perfectly, then it's blocked off. It kind of works. I'm going to call it a creative design element. So that's the thinking with putting the characters in for this space. It's also the reason I've chose this layout, because it all sort of boxes in and works, and it means that I can deal with the bleed through. And then it's that time. So when it comes to filling in with black lines, I stop looking at the phone prompt and I start looking at the picture that I'm actually drawing, because in pencil I'm looking at the phone because I want to make sure everything looks fine. When it comes to penciling in, it then becomes my interpretation. So I don't follow all the lines. I just watch what I'm drawing and fill it in to see if the drawing looks okay. I stop looking at the picture, because from this point in, it's in my journal and it's gonna have my own tweaks and imperfections on it. So look at your journal and make the best of what you've penciled in. And pay no attention to the hideous burn that is currently on my arm. That's what you get for thinking you can cook in a hurry. Yeah, don't look at it. Look at the doodles. We'll say no more. Who's your friend who likes to play? I'm not always so doodle heavy on characters for a layout. I usually like to pick objects. I was going to do the memory balls or the dashboard, sort of a snapshot of what their command station looked like. But no, I was obviously enjoying drawing the faces and of all the characters, so Bing Bong has made it to the spread. So here was my thinking. If I colour purple over a purple bleed through, then it disappears. And I kind of think it has. I kind of think it's worked. So that's a win. So I'm using Faber Castell felt tip pens, which I've linked in the description box below. They are a pack of 36, but I do warn you, they come with the monster of all purples. That thing would stain walls, let alone your journal. But they do good for me. I quite enjoy using them. They've lots of different colour variety, and I think that helps because it gives you the chance to put one light colour down and then perhaps re-go over with a slightly different shade, and then you can mess around with trying to put a bit of a 3D image. I usually use the same pen to get just a little bit of shading in there. So I go over once and then I go over for a second time, and sometimes that's enough. I'm pretty lazy with shading. As long as it's colourful, it's fine by me. Oh, sadness. This is one of my most favourite characters from this film, just because she's a bold, confident, sad person. She doesn't care. She's just sad. So now it's about wrapping up the last doodle and filling in all the header boxes, filling out my monthly calendar. I like seeing the month ahead, and the tracker's back. I quite like a tracker. I can't help myself. So I'll fill out all the boxes, fill out my days of the week, put in a quote which I definitely thought I'd film but didn't press the button, so it will magically appear right about, not now, but in a couple of seconds it will. And that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed a little bit more insight into how I do these layouts. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next week.